Sal writes, I've pretty much dug a hole for myself with so much debt, which I'm barely able to keep up on the payments. I went over my limits on several credit cards and have a few loans, and I'm very close to hitting $90,000 in debts. I want to know if it's okay to temporarily stop paying for some of the big payments and focus on the smaller payments first, and then focus on the bigger payments. I'm just unable to make all the payments and be able to pay for other necessary things like rent, utility, and transportation. For the past couple of months, I've actively tried to sell more of my belongings, which I really don't need. I've also taken on a couple of weekend jobs, but I'm still struggling to keep up. Please advise on my best option to getting back on track before I try the baby steps.
Man, it's a
mess.
I'm so grateful for this question, Sal, because, on this show, John, we yell at folks all the time. Look at how you're spending your money. You're not doing it right. All this stuff. But this is real deal right here, because this is somebody who they're doing the best they can. They made some mistakes, and they're just trying to make ends meet. So
let's be real honest. There does come a moment when you've dug yourself quite a hole, and you can work 2 or 3 jobs, and you're making a dent in that hole.
Man, you're preaching to the choir.
It just is, right? And so it's easy for us to be like, you just need to get out there and get another job and a third job. Sometimes you dug yourself a hole and it's a mess.
Look, when you read Sal's question, I relate directly to that. And I hope that Sal and anybody else listening knows. Man, back in, Sam, what was it? Back in 2012, 2011, we were in exactly Sal's situation. So much debt, so many payments. We literally couldn't pay them all. We had to stop with some of them and just tell the others to take a hike, be like, hey, you're just going to have to call my phone. And that's what I refer to that. I know people call baby step 0 different things. For us, baby step 0 was simply quit creating more debt. Like, if you can just stop, like, not drown and not make the water any deeper, that is successful. And that was, almost 2 years of the first part of our journey was just trying to get enough footing to where we could just pay all of our bills. So I understand what that means. And when you're in that situation, you've got to focus on that 4 walls. You've got to focus on, hey, I got to keep the rent going. Like, I can't default on my rent. I can't get evicted. That's number 1. You got to eat. You got to make sure that there's food coming in. You're eating. You got to keep the lights on, utilities. That's next. And you got to get transportation. It doesn't have to be expensive transportation. I don't care if you're taking the bus. You got to make sure there's money for gas, bus ticket, Uber, ride, whatever it is that you need to do to get by. And if you're able to do that, you can breathe at night.
And can we just, this isn't to celebrate us. This is to just provide a picture of what this looks like.
Man.
I have rented an upstairs bedroom in my friend's mom's house before. I have driven a $3,500 truck to my Dean of Students job.
Come on.
I've driven my wife's old used Corolla that she sold and I bought back at a lesser, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I know you guys, you and Sam, jeez, man, y'all went through it, right?
I remember on a Friday having no money in the account. I would go to the grocery store because we needed food. I'd write a bad check on a Friday, knowing that check can't clear on Saturday, Sunday. That gave me 2 days. It gave Sam and I 2 days. I'd teach lessons. I'd do anything I could to get money in the account before Monday so it wouldn't overdraw.
Right.
Sometimes we did it. Sometimes we couldn't get it.
Because I had to eat today, right?
Gotta eat. You gotta eat.
That's right.
And it was like I knew to do that because I'm like, okay, they can't charge this check over the weekend. This is my chance. So I get it. If you're out there and you're struggling, I see that. When I'm out here going on a rail and yelling at folks, I'm not talking to you. I know that you're scratching, you're clawing, you're doing whatever you need to do to get by. The folks I'm yelling at is the people who can pay their bills, who are sitting on their hands while the government is holding your student loans off and you're waiting for that single person to pay that bill for you. You're the one that needs to get off your butt and do some work.